Hey everybody, I am going for a walk. You're going to hear the crunchy snow. So, got me an umbrella to use as a cane. That's about how much snow we got. Not a whole lot, not as much as my friends in Tennessee. But I wanted to take a walk and check on my camper and just kind of get out of the house for a minute. I got some prints down here, and I'm going to guess those are deer prints because we always have deer here. So I have 2 more nights in the cabin, and then I am moving to Tennessee. I see more prints, but they're kind of covered over. There's a lot of prints out here. And let me turn around and show you. It's a cute cabin. So I have 2 more nights there. And as you can see, it's still snowing pretty good. This was my dad's wood shop here. And that's where he created all the furniture and did the work to build the cabin. So just thought I'd take you for a walk with me. And I see snow plows going down the highway down there. I have not heard any come up here yet, and they're saying that the roads are really bad. So we're staying off them. My car is tucked in back there. There is a garage here at my mom's house, but I didn't know how deep the snow was going to go or get. And also, if you come out of the garage, it's a really kind of a steep curve going down the hill, and I didn't want to do that on bad roads. But I did put my camper in there. So there's my little camper all tucked in. Yep. I'm glad I put it under there. I didn't want like several inches of snow up on the roof of it. There it is. So I do have another YouTube channel that shows videos, video tours of vintage campers. There's the website that you would put in. So I'm a little out of breath, but I think I got it back far enough. At first it was further out, and I didn't want snow and ice getting on the tongue because I'm planning to take it over to Tennessee on Monday, and today is Saturday. So I may have to wait till later in the week. And there's the main road. You can see it's covered. So they're still driving on it. Yep. So I'm gonna walk around. I'll go back to the house and show you what I've been working on. Back to the cabin. So I'll show you what I've been working on besides emptying this house, because that's been a lot of work, kind of mentally and physically. But it's almost done. It's almost over. I don't think these are footprints. I think this is from snow blowing off the trees. Nice little porch. Sat on that many times over the 28 years. And as my niece says, it's going to be bittersweet leaving here. But it's time. So this all sold as one lot, like parcel together with the 2 houses and the workshop. So I'll walk back up the hill. Sorry, I keep tilting the camera down. Try to keep it up. So they're right. Let me see. I can point to them. Do you see those prints right there? Those are not mine. Those are probably deer right there. they're covered up. And this little coyote out here, when I had Leonardo, actually he saw it out the window, went crazy. At first I thought it was a fox because it was pretty far away. But as it got closer, I realized that it was a coyote. So, look at that adorable house. See the stained glass window over the porch? So, I'm going to go back in, and then I will come back to you and show you what I've been working on. Okay, we are in the house. It's nice and warm in here, and I'm going to show you just a little bit over here of what this really looks like, because like I said, I have 2 more nights here. So I'm going to show you. This is what the room looks like here. All kinds of boxes stacked up. And that's just, of course, that's just part of it. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I've been working on. I have not done a lot of cross stitching at all. I've been mainly working on clearing Mom's house and then packing here and getting things ready here. And I'm going to show you a little bit of what I worked on. And this is from like before Christmas, because it's been so long since I did a video. So if you watched my last one, I was really sick and I just didn't have any energy. So I had either pneumonia or bronchitis, and they treated me for that. And then I found out that I had diverticulitis. So I have to deal with that now. And I have a doctor appointment to go for a specialist about that. And I kind of thought I had celiac disease, and they did blood work to confirm that. So that will also be discussed at the GI doctor appointment. So anyway, that's all the personal health stuff that I'm dealing with. And I'm getting through it, and things are better now. So before Christmas, my mom and I, we don't exchange gifts really anymore, because, you know, we both have pretty much everything we want. If we want something, we just go buy it. But I do try to make her a cross-stitch little pillow, or something like a little hanging pillow for each holiday. So one Christmas, I made her this, and I just did the one bird with some leaves around it. And if I can find a picture, I'll post it here on the side. So this Christmas, I thought I would do this one to go with it. So this would be the male, this would be the female. And I started it and had a really good start in one day. I think I did that in one day. And then I stopped and never picked it up again. I actually forgot all about it. So sorry, Mom, that did not get done. This is just, I don't know what the fabric is. It's white, and I was going to tea stain it when I was finished. And I was doing 1/2. There's no paper to it. There's no notes. There's nothing. So I can't tell you what that was. But that is a Christmas gift that didn't get done. And then my other Christmas project, and I have threads inside, so you're going to see them hanging. But this is from Robin at Bird and Hand Primitives. She did this design for our retreat, for our Christmas retreat. She did this, and Santa Claus at the retreat handed it out to everyone. And this will be available eventually, but there's no model stitched yet. So I was working on the model to give her something to use for her pattern to list it on Etsy. And that's all I got done. So I really like it, and I want to finish it, but it probably will not get done until next Christmas. And these are the threads. I just put them on a safety pin because I couldn't find my stuff, but there's the threads that I'm using. So they're really pretty on that linen. The linen is 36 count. I have it written down here in the corner with a marker, but I don't know what the linen is. I just know it's 36 count. So these are things that, you know, over the last couple months that I haven't done a real floss tube. These are just things that I've sometimes worked on. And then the last one is a Sub Rosa pattern, the Stitcher's Christmas. and I really liked this when I first saw it. So I'm doing the lady, and then I'm not going to do this right here. I'm going to do this spool of thread with the Christmas tree and put it here. And I am doing the wreath, and I have to do the candle. Oh, it's scissors or a bow inside. I think it's a bow. And then I'm going to do a little bit of the border, but I'm not doing this, and I'm not doing this. And so what I have done so far, this is what I've been working on most recently of everything. And this is Picture This Plus Legacy 36 count. And that is what I have stitched so far, and I'm really liking it. So I have to back stitch the words that will say Merry Christmas on here. And then the spool with the Christmas tree coming out the top will go here. And then if it's scissors or bow, I'm not sure what it is, will go in here. And then I'll decide if I might just put some border on the top and on the bottom. But there is enough room. It's folded up. Yeah, so I really like that. And I answer in the comments, do you think I need to backstitch her flesh parts, like her neck and her face and her arms? Because they kind of get lost on there. And this is, like I said, it's Picture This Plus Legacy. And the color I'm using on her skin, let me find it. It's Weeks Dye Works Fawn, I think. I don't think I have that, so I think I substituted it. And hold on, because they're in this bag. So I think I'm not using fawn, but maybe I am. Okay, I think I'm using linen, Weeks Dye Works linen. So it really, let me get this brown one out of here. It really just, it looks like it's bright enough, but then when you actually stitch it, because I'm doing 1/2, you can see it's kind of ghosty, but you can kind of see it. So I was thinking of back stitching it with a very light tan. And let me know what you think. Put that in the comments for me. And what you would do, because I want it to show up. I want you to be able to see the outline of her body. All right, so the thing I've been working on the most, because when I was sick, I didn't have energy like to quilt and get up and, gosh, I haven't quilted in months. The last thing I quilted was a little log cabin coaster, and I'll post a picture of it here. And I went to a quilt store locally in Spruce Pine, North Carolina, and she had it where you could come that day and make a log cabin coaster. So that's what I did. So that was the last quilting that I did, and that was months ago. So this is what I have been working on. I guess some people would call it quilting. This is English paper piecing, and you can see how big this is. So what I'm working on right now, and I just went by a picture, and I'll post the picture here and the designer's name of that pattern. But I just went by that picture because at the time I just found it on Pinterest or Instagram. I didn't even know who the designer was, but I've done some research now and I know who it is. This part is my own. This, I just went by the picture and copied it. But so what I'm working on right now is this part on all 6 sections, and that is the only one I have done. So last night I made 2 of the flowers, and this is English paper piecing, and these are 1-inch hexagons. So you can see the back, the paper is there. I took the paper out of this one already. You can't take the paper out until it's surrounded by other pieces. So I can take this one out, but I can't take these out because this is going to get sewn in. Well, it's going to fight me. It's going to get sewn in like right here. And then the tan with the brown flowers will go around it. Just like this, where's the other one? Okay, it's at the very bottom. Just like this. It'll get like that on all of the inner parts of the star. So that is how big that is. 3 different greens, 3 different browns. And then these here, which looks like solid, is not, let me see, the sun is shining behind it. Well, not sun, but light. You can see there is a pattern on that. This one here. So that is the same on all of them. And then this is the same on all of them. And the reason I have a hole punched in the middle is because that makes it easier to pop it out. And you can see like this one's coming out. You can, if you look up English paper piecing, you can thread based, and some people like the thread based. I don't like to do that. I tried it and it's very time consuming. And, you know, people say, well, they love the slow stitching. They're not in any hurry, but I'm not like rushing, but I also don't want to take up all that time and thread of stitching it when I could just use a glue stick. So I am using the Sew Line, and my friend Patricia recommended this one. And let me show you. It is a Sew Line glue stick. You can also use the Elmer's school glue, washable school glue, and then I bought this tip for it on I think it was Etsy or eBay, I'm not sure. Anyway, it makes it so it makes the hole small. So, but it's a lot easier to use this, but it's also more expensive because these are really cheap. And then these are the refills that I got for it. Doesn't matter what color it is. I think I paid $7.99 for these on Amazon, and I'm not going to mention the name, but I saw it on a quilt fabric website, and they were like $15.99 for the exact same thing. So I'm going to post the link for these for what I purchased. The first one had this, and I think it had one or two tubes of refill in it. And then I'll also post the link for these. And the way this works, it's a little messy in here, but you just wind it up just like a lipstick, and I'm winding it the wrong way. And you can see it comes up. So that one is almost out. So when that runs out, you just go all the way up, you pull this plastic thing off, and then you put the new one on and then wind it back down into it. So it's really easy. You do want to wash your hands after you're done because it does get a little bit on you. And then it's hard to push the needle through if you're trying to sew because your hands are sticky and slippery. So this is what I've been working on. This is what got me through being sick, being stressed. And if I came home at night after working in Mom's house and just, you know, I even if I just did this for a half hour, an hour, it just gave me peace to do something for me. And then I didn't work on it like this week for like 4 days in a row. I didn't sew at all. And then last night I sat and made those 2 flowers. And this is the blue fabric that I'm using. And I got it at Sister's Quilts in Maggie Valley. And it's called, I think it says Evening Mist. Let me see. Part of the word is cut off. So let me find another section. Yeah. It's actually cut off, but Evening Mist by Sentimental Studios for Moda. So that is what I'm using for those stars. And I got something else. Let me get that because I want to show it to you. All right, so I got these things, and they're called Tack It Easy Hexagon. And it looks like it's cardboard, but it has some kind of fiber in it, which is supposed to make it last longer. There's 2 of them in there. And I got the, let me see, this is 5/8 and this is 1/2 inch. Because after this project, I don't think I'm going to do 1 inch anymore. I really like the little tiny ones. And I'm going to post a picture here of a quilt that I'm going to make. And it's a Kathleen Tracy pattern. It's a little mini quilt wall hanging. And it has the little hexagon flowers in it. And so I'm going to use the small ones. I don't really want to do the big ones anymore. So I didn't buy, because these were like $10. So they were like $9 or $10 for 2. But what it does is, let me show you. the way that, like if you've never done English paper piecing, you have, this is a used one so you can see the glue on it, but you've got that piece of paper and then you have the piece of fabric. So you would just pretend that these corners are cut off and it's actually the shape of a hexagon. So you'd use your glue stick and do this, and then you fold this over. Then you do here, and then you fold it over. And that's how you do it all the way around. And that's how you do it, English paper piecing. So, like I said, your fingers get sticky with using this or the other glue stick, because when you push this down, you get a little bit of that glue on your fingers. So this thing is supposed to go behind the fabric, and then, no, it's the wrong size, but then you would push this down the cardboard instead of your finger on the fabric. And you just fold that down and fold that down and fold that down. And then it's supposed to keep your fingers clean. So I'm going to try it. I did post on my Facebook page, on Privies and Prim's Facebook page. I post on there every single day. You can follow me on there. And I did ask opinions, and some said they hated it and it was a waste of money, and other people said they love it. So I figured I'm going to try it, because if it makes it easier. And also, so this is one that's done, but I didn't use those. I just did it with my fingers. But when I fold over on these corners, sometimes I notice, like, you want these corners to match up perfect when you're sewing them together. And sometimes it's just a little bit longer. And I notice that my fold, where they fold together, is not like all the way down. Even though it looks like it is, it might not be. So then I can take my needle and I can pull it down and put a little tack stitch in there and hold it. But with this, it's supposed to be better. And so everything is precise and the same every time. So I'm going to give it a try, and I'll let you know if I like it or not. And that is really, I mean, it's like 17 minutes. That's really all I have for you today. Well, 17 minutes of talking, and then we had our walk in the snow. So the next time I see you, I will be in the apartment, and there is still a possibility of something going on in the background with the apartment situation that I hopefully will know next week. I was supposed to know by the end of the month if there's going to be a change there, and I don't know yet. So there's just a lot of stress. So prayers are much appreciated. And also, my mom is in the hospital again. She has congestive heart failure, AFib, and kidney disease. So ongoing, she always has swollen legs because she retains fluid. She is on diuretic pills, but she still retains fluid. And she had gotten so swollen this week that even her hands and her whole body, she said her shirts were tighter, everything was swollen. So she asked to go to the hospital, and they can do the IV diuretics and the catheter and just get all that fluid off her. So she's been in there for, I think, 2 nights now. She's not sick or anything. There's no infection. There's no blood clots. They've done ultrasound on her legs. Her one leg is red and hot, which you would think would be infection, but they said there's no infection. So they're still trying to figure that out. And then she'll get to go back to her assisted living apartment. So keep us all in prayer through this transition. It's going to be really hard for me to say goodbye to the cabin. That's going to be an emotional day. And our closing on the property is February 9th, and that's when it's all over. So I was supposed to be moving today, but of course I had to reschedule because of the snow. And then I scheduled for Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, and I looked at the forecast the next day, and it's supposed to snow on Wednesday again. So I rescheduled the movers for Tuesday, and we're going to see how that works, because if this snow is still out here, I'm going to have to reschedule it again, because I need to be able to, get the truck up here, because there's no driveway up to the cabin. So I need to get, I'm driving the 20-foot truck, and then the U-Haul. I hired movers through U-Haul. You can hire moving help through them to load it and unload it, but I have to drive the truck. So over the mountain, it's almost an hour ride. I will be driving it. I'm going to the apartment on Monday night, and then Tuesday morning get the truck, drive it over here. They will meet me here and load it, and then follow me over and unload it. So a lot depends on this weather out here, because there is a driveway down the hill here, but I don't know how much those guys want to walk up and down a hill. So it's so much better to just bring the truck right up to the cabin. So we'll see. I'll make that decision probably on Monday. So anyway, the next time I see you, I should be in the apartment. Stay warm, keep stitching, and again, prayers appreciated. And leave a comment and let me know if you think I should backstitch the lady on that one cross stitch that I showed you, the Stitcher's Christmas. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.